Hello everyone out there in YouTube land, this is Bellad and Hensley coming to you via recording from my apartment once again. I used to say live, but I've been doing some thinking and I thought, I put out recordings and it's not really live. I know it's a running joke, but, the Democrats probably aren't getting it, and maybe it's not that funny, so I'm gonna try to stop that. Just a little viewer discretionary message. If you're a liberal, you will be triggered by this video. You will need to go to your safe space. If you're at work, you may want to put in earphones or turn the volume down or wait till you get home to watch it. And if you have children, you may want to wait till they're out of the room or asleep to watch it. Because there's a good chance that there will be adult language, and it's a topic I would consider adult content topic as well. Now that we've got the viewer discretionary stuff out of the way, I've been doing some thinking. Some heavy fucking thinking. And never in my 44 years of being on this planet, and never in my grandmother's life of 70, I think she was 3 years when she passed of being alive, or my mama's time, which is 65 years, has there ever been a time when a House Speaker told the President of the United States of America, you cannot give a State of the Union address, period, from here. You have to give it from the Oval Office or send it in writing and we'll read it. Oh, that's because of the security measures. Well, I'm going to debunk that last part, and I'm going to debunk it hardcore. Show you the fallacies in it. But here's what I've been thinking. Let's go back 10 years ago, 12 years ago. Let's go back 8 years ago, back to when Obama was in office. If Speaker Pelosi had done this to then President, I called him Traitor-in-Chief Barack Hussein Obama, would the liberal media be on her side like they are now? Or would they be losing their minds calling her a Nazi, comparing her to Hitler, Mussolini, every white supremacist, racist group you could think of, calling her a communist, throwing in, saying the shit, throwing in things like Jeffrey Dahmer and Ted Bundy and Son of Sam just for good sprinkling to assassinate a character. Has she done this to Barack Obama? Now, I think I know the answer to that. And the answer is the media would have went out of their minds. They would have went nuts, crazy, going after Pelosi, calling her names and digging through her background and her trash, everything, just to find one little bit of something that they could use to trash her and get her fired from her position. Now we fast forward a few years here, and now we have Donald Trump in office. Again, he is our president. He is our duly elected president of the United States of America. The American people, of which I am one, have voted for him to be president. Whether Pelosi likes it or not, we voted. He's our president. Deal with it. And the liberal media is praising Nancy Pelosi for telling Trump that he can't give a State of the Union address. First of all, it's never in the history of our country that I've been alive has this ever happened where a House told a president, you can't do something. Because the president can look right at him and say, fuck you. I'm the president. I'm doing it. Whether you're there or not, I don't care. I'm giving you the speech. But Trump wanted to be nice. So he hasn't given one yet, but he will. But the liberal media is praising Pelosi as an adult, as a hero for standing up to Trump. But yet, they don't mention the fact that it hadn't even been a week since Pelosi was back from a vacation in Hawaii when she decided, hey, let me take all my aides and my friends and their aides on a quote unquote fact-finding trip to Europe, and maybe we'll do a quick stop. Well, at least we'll tell everyone we'll do a quick stop in Afghanistan to talk to the troops and find out what's really going on, and then we'll come back. Let's get real. It wasn't a working vacation. It was another party that she was going to have us, the taxpayers, foot the bill for. It wasn't tit for tat. It wasn't childish games when Trump said nope, canceled her military flight, mind you, which would have forced military pilots to fly who may not be getting paid. So she would have been forcing them to work without pay. She would have been forcing the security detail that she needed to work without pay just to guard her. But she's concerned about the federal people working who aren't getting paid. Interesting. So far, it don't seem that way, does it? Then, to be nice, Trump had all her luggage brought back to her office, and he even said that if she wanted to fly commercially, that was her prerogative. Meaning, if she wanted to take some flight at $1, hey, she's a private citizen, she can do what she wants as far as that goes. But she wasn't taking a military transport. But he also had a point. Why was she leaving again? How was she going to come to the negotiating table to work a deal out if she's over 7,000 miles away? You can't. You can't come to the table, look someone in the face, and negotiate and work it out if you're 7,000 miles away. It's almost like she had no intention of working things out and trying to reopen the government. And she's okay with the way it is because, hey, right now it's fitting her bill because the liberal media is making her out to be the queen, the top one who's really fighting for justice and fighting for the government workers. When in reality, the only thing she's doing is padding her account more and more and more and trying to squeeze every single last penny out of us, the American tax-paying citizens. But Trump stopped it. Good for Mr. Trump. He then takes and brings to the table a very well written and very compromising opportunity. He brings a deal to the table. In it, he says he will extend DACA's thing for 3 years. He will extend the TPS service, everything to those who are TPS people. And he will meet with them in a nonpartisan way every week to try and fix immigration. Wow. And in it, he outlaid the exact amount of money needed for the programs he wants to do for the border and for immigration. And he outlined details. I mean, the outline is down to the damn near last penny as to how the $5.7 billion that he's asking for would be spent. Now, when you say 5.7 billion, it sounds like a lot of money. And don't get me wrong, it is a shit ton lot of money. But it is only less than 0.01% of our budget. So when you factor that in, that's like Nancy Pelosi fighting her husband or her aunt over a small crumb of bread that is no bigger, mind you, than roughly that size. And she's not willing to give it up. She's not willing to let anyone have a win unless it's her over a piece that big. Now, to me, that kind of puts her in the spot of being childish. The fact that before Mr. Trump had even brought the deal to the table, she said that it was a non-starter. That basically she wasn't going to sign anything, agree to anything he brought to the table. She didn't even know what he was bringing to the table. And she was already saying no. That means you got your mind made up. That means she's not fighting for this country. She don't give a rat's ass about the federal workers going without money. She cares about her own damn self. The reason she gave Mr. Trump about the State of the Union address was that security couldn't protect him. Security's been working every day that there has been Congress people sitting in that building for a meeting or anything. And no one's gotten hurt. There's been no shutdowns of Congress or the House or anything like that because of security having issues. So that kind of debunks that idea right there. Throws it right out the window. Because, there's already security there. Then you factor in the fact that the Secret Service protected Donald Trump, our president, when he went to Afghanistan. Now, if they can protect him in Afghanistan and keep his ass alive in a war zone and do it easily, what the hell? How hard do you think it is going to be to keep the man safe here in this country here? I mean, goddamn. He's going from point A to point B. He can damn near do it all underground. And pop up in the fucking building. There wouldn't be a problem with security. So that again is debunked and thrown out. This whole thing is showing more and more and more the hypocrisy of the left, of the Democrats, and most importantly of Pelosi and Schumer I think and I feel that it is showing that yes, we need term limits for Congress because Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer have gotten so far out of touch with their constituents that it's not even funny. And hey, Chuck Schumer, guess what? I live in New York. Gee, I think I might be following under as one of your constituents, buddy boy. So you better fucking listen. And listen good. The very plan with DACA and everything that the president has set forth is the damn near exact same one that Nancy, Chuck, and several other Democrats just 6 years ago were all for. In fact, they passed it and Obama vetoed it. So why would they be against it now? If they passed it then, why would they be against it now, you ask? Well, it's simple. Then it was Obama. Now it is Trump. They do not like the fact that President Trump came out of nowhere, kicked their asses, and won the presidency. They do not like the fact that Trump came in and took out their sweetheart, darling of a person who they wanted to have win, and Hillary Clinton. Well, we the people, the people you work for, the people who pay your salary, the people that when you see them you need to call boss, voted for Donald J. Trump to be President of the United States of America. And he won. And thus, he is President of the United States of America. And if you ask me, he's doing a hell of a job. Now, just so you know, yes, I am on disability. Yes, I receive Medicaid. Yes, I receive SNAP benefits, Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program benefits. And I receive Social Security Disability Income, SSDI. Actually, it's two. I get disability and I get SSI. Because of military service, I was injured and I can no longer work. But think about it with a common sense brain and logically. Look at what's going on logically, and then you tell me who is fighting for our country and for our citizens, and who is willing to compromise to get the government shutdown over with, and so that everything can get up and running back to usual. And then tell me who is not working in the best interest of this government, of this country, of its citizens, who is not trying to end the government partial shutdown. I think I can answer those for you. President Trump is working his tail off to end the shutdown and to secure our country. He is also working for our citizens so that we as a nation can be safe and secure, and we don't have to worry about gang members coming across and killing people, or illegals coming across and killing people, or having people trafficked across the border, raped, and sold into slavery, and so that we don't have to worry about so many drugs flooding our streets, getting our children addicted and killing them. Pelosi and Schumer, on the other hand, seem to be working against our country. They want an open border to let the gang members in so that our citizens are killed, so that our children get hooked on drugs, so that gang members can come in and rape and pillage our citizens. This is not just an idea or my feelings talking here, people. Look at the cold hard facts, and they will back up every fucking thing I'm saying. How can two people blatantly working against our government even call them, and our citizens, even call themselves senators or employees of the people? They're not. I don't get it. What will it take for the liberal media to wake the fuck up and see the writing on the wall? The Democrats, with the help of the media, are doing everything they can to push this country into a second American Civil War. I pray every day I do not need to go to war to protect my country against my fellow countrymen. But I will say this. I am 45 years old. I am a combat veteran. And I took an oath. And come hell or high water, to my dying breath, I will defend that oath and my country. Now, I mean, just think about it, people. If any of what Pelosi has said about Trump was said about Obama, good God Almighty, the media backlash over her saying it would be insane. She would more than likely lose her job and be in jail for treason over it. But because she's saying it about Trump or Trump supporters, well, now that's okay. How? Without there being a double standard in play, how is that okay? Without there being racism against Trump, Christians, and white people, how is that okay unless there is the racism being played? And in effect, the answer is it's not. Please, America, please, my countrymen, my countrywomen, my fellow American citizens, legal, who can vote, please, wake up, break the Democrat slave mental chains they have you in. Think for yourself. And please, write to your congressman or woman and tell them to support our country, support our president or resign, and we'll get someone in there who will. And tell them, if need be, to file a motion for no confidence in Pelosi and remove her as Speaker of the House so that this shutdown can be ended. And that the government workers not getting paid can start receiving their checks again. Please, I'm asking as a fellow American citizen, do this. Let the sacrifices that my brothers and sisters have and are making mean something. Don't make them mean nothing. Make their sacrifice mean something. Support our president. Support our country. And let's try to come together to end this shutdown. Trump has been bending over and compromising left and right, trying to end it. And Pelosi and Schumer are the ones stopping it. Well, I say no more. Either they do their job and take the compromise that the president is offering, or they resign. And if they won't, they be made legally to resign. Well, that is all for now. Until next time, Brother Allen Hingley saying, please wake up and do your own research. As usual, if you like what I have to say, give me a big thumbs up. If you want to hear more, then click that little subscribe button right there and the bell right next to it so you can get notified of my future videos. And until next time, love your country, but always question those who are in charge.